What's up, guys, and welcome back to SoberTube. Today's episode is about a friend of mine named Pete. Pete is one of the most amazing artists I've ever met. This guy does painting, graphic design. You could walk into a restaurant, look up at the ceiling, see a giant mural, and find out that Pete did it. I went to the beach once. I was walking through a tunnel on my way to the beach. I saw all this amazing artwork everywhere, skeletons and fish, everything. I find out Pete was responsible for all of that artwork. Pete is one of the most creative people that I have ever met in my entire life, and he suffers just like me from addiction. And imagine Pete didn't survive. Where would all of this amazing artwork, where would it all be? It would have never happened. Sometimes you got to look back at your sobriety and say, man, how grateful am I that I got it, because all of these experiences that I've had in recovery, in sobriety, could have never happened if I never got it. If you have some clean time, whether it's 5 minutes, 5 hours, or 15 years, you gotta be grateful, man, because we addicts have got a second chance at life. And another thing about Pete doesn't just make art. Pete lives in his art. Welcome to Pete's world. What's up, guys? We just got to Pete's studio. What's up, Pete? Good to see you, brother. Pete's been my friend for a really long time. I'm really excited to do this interview and tell people about Pete's life. So Pete, one thing I noticed about addiction and drugs and alcohol abuse is that in the beginning it starts off and we're having fun. Down the road our addictions are fun with some problems, and then in the end our addictions are just problems. Pete, tell me, what were the worst times like, or what was your bottom in your addiction?
The bottom of my addiction was definitely the time I got arrested. I got arrested in California. I was on ecstasy at the time, and I was pretty deep within my own self-loathing paradigm. I was pulled out of my van and put into jail for about 5 days. The end result of that was me sitting in a jail cell waiting for the courts to see me, or the judge to see me, and I sat down and I knew that I needed to change my life. And for the first time in my life I prayed to God and I said, if you let me out of this cell, if you let me out of this situation, I will change my life. I will turn my life around. I will follow my dreams. I will do what I'm supposed to do, you know. And that resulted in me going into a court-appointed 1-year program for alcohol and drug abuse. And it was a first-time offenders program. Otherwise I was facing a year felony charge in county. So I went through that program. I got a sponsor. I went through AA, and that was the beginning of me moving out of that, you know, self-hatred paradigm and moving in suicidal, you know, tendencies into building my life back up.
So it sounds like you hit a bottom and you were hopeless, and somehow you decided that I'm going to change my life. What were the steps that you took to change your life?
I mean, the steps initially were going through this 12-step program and really getting squared up with, you know, the things that I had done and my part, of course, in everything that I had created for myself, and trying to understand what that was about. But as far as that, you know, after that period of time, I came back to New York. So I went into almost like a, what they call it, like a shedding type period, where I just put myself in a situation where I was doing positive things in my life and around people that, you know, weren't into drugs and things like that, you know, like good people that were really trying to do good things with their lives. So I surrounded myself with that type of energy, and I just rode that current for a while.
Excellent. So Pete, I've been in your studio and I've been in your life for a while, and I've looked at your website and I've seen you've created thousands, if not more, of paintings, artwork, sculptures, just beautiful things, and you've created an amazing world, literally with your hands. Do you think that you would have been able to create all of these things if you were still abusing or suffering from your addiction?
Definitely not. I mean, even though I was creating art when I was in that suffering position, it's not a sustainable thing. So that's the problem. It's like you think you could do both, right? And I've gone back, actually. I haven't stayed clearly on the path the whole time. I've had points in time where I've gone back and just been a little bit more abusive with doing drugs and alcohol and stuff, and got a taste of what that was like, and try to like balance it, because I thought I was like cool enough to do that. I'd be like, okay, I'm doing pretty well maybe I could do a little of this too. But it's just not sustainable. That's the problem. You wind up basically in the same holes, you go down the same alleys, you feel the same depression, and you want to freaking kill yourself.
Tell me about your life today.
So today I'm pretty focused on building my career as an artist, delving down into like what is important to me in my life, and as far as what I want to bring out to the world. I've identified that my art and my story and my music is all based around pulling myself out of this hopelessness and moving into a space where I can live these dreams out, the dreams that I've had since I was a little kid. I knew from when I was 8 years old that I'd be an artist. And that's basically what I'm doing right now in my life. I'm dedicating my life to helping myself and others.
Pete, give me some advice for somebody right now that's suffering from their disease currently, addicted to drugs, and wants to change.
You don't have to be alone. There's help out there. There's always people that are willing to help you. There's always somebody to turn to. Slowly and surely, you can pull yourself out. Surround yourself with people that are doing good things, that are positive, that support you. Because that's what you need. You need a support system. And little by little, you can build that up for yourself. So my words are encouragement for you that it's possible. If I could do it, I know anybody could do it for sure. So I encourage you to reach out to somebody or anybody or a higher power, whatever you need to do. Reach out and find help wherever you can.
Pete, thank you so much for telling your story. Recovery for you has definitely taken your life into a more successful place. It's really admirable to see you build such an awesome world for yourself. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Wow, Pete, thank you so much for just keeping it real, man. And that's what I need in SoberTube. I want people to just give the truth. It used to be bad, then it got better, and now life is good. And it's just like when I first started using drugs. When I first started using, it was really fun. Down the road, it was fun with problems, and in the end, just problems. When I first started using, I was like, whoa, I can't wait to get high tonight. And in the end, I would wake up every single day and be like, oh, how am I going to get high today? It used to be a choice, and then I was just a slave. Anybody can recover from this disease. Recovery is out there. I'm here to expose it. I'm here to tell you that if you are suffering, you don't have to. If you're thinking about getting high tonight, you don't have to. If Pete can get better, why can't you? If I can get better, why can't you? Recovery is out there for anybody that wants it. How hard are you willing to work to change your life? Welcome to SoberTube.